Hey YouTubers, Mark Gunnison here, and this video is going to be about commuting to work by bicycle. And if you think that's a stupid idea, stay tuned because this video is for you. I am somebody who just recently thought that commuting to work by bicycle was a dumb idea, and I've actually fallen in love with it. So I'm going to kind of share my views about commuting to work by bicycle. So I thought it would be fun to share my views on commuting while we see an actual commute of me riding to work and then coming back home after work. And this is in November, a little after 6 in the morning. I live in Oregon, so of course it's raining. Not ideal bicycle weather. Here we go, morning commute. And I'm in my mid-50s, and I actually quit riding bicycles as soon as I got my driver's license. So I hadn't ridden a bicycle in years and years and years. Had hip replacement. Doctor said no more running, so I started bicycling and kind of fell in love with bicycling. And then one of my riding buddies said, hey, you should try cycling to work. And I've been riding a motorcycle to work for years. I'm kind of used to the rain, so honestly the rain doesn't bother me as much as you'd think it would. Same with the cold, I suppose. But I have, as I said, just kind of fallen in love with riding the bicycle to work. So here you can see I'm kind of struggling going up a pretty steep hill. And I've got a number of hills during my commute, which kind of help me get into shape. One advantage going up the hill is then you get to go down the hill, which sounds like fun, but it's not a lot of fun when it's wet, rainy, and cold out. One problem with riding to work this early in the morning is it's kind of hard to see, and you can see the little headlight on the bicycle just doesn't light things up too much. One nice thing though about riding in the dark is I think cars can see me a lot better because I've got a number of flashing lights on the back of the bicycle. And before I started commuting to work, I actually didn't think it was possible to ride a bicycle to work. I generally drive on the freeway to get to work, and I didn't realize that there's all these bike paths. You can see I'm on bike lanes for the majority of my ride, and I was kind of shocked when I started researching it how many options I actually had to get to work on pretty decent roads. So here I am arriving to the office, and believe it or not, I really enjoy this. 33 minutes. Although my ride time will probably be 29, something like that, because all those stoplights, maybe even less. So my actual moving time was 28 minutes and 1 second, which is pretty good for that route. I've actually got multiple routes that I can take to the office. This is the harder one that gives me a little better workout, and I tend to enjoy this one the most. So now it's a little bit after 4, and we're heading home. So as I was saying, I really didn't think I'd be able to bicycle to work because I just didn't think that there would be a good route. And I found the route that I'm using on Google. I found that Google Maps, it has a little section that you can click on it, and then it shows you bike routes. And so, for example, right here I'm actually on a bike lane. Right here there's not a bike lane, and Google will actually show you when there's a bike lane, when there's not a bike lane. Like right here, technically it's not a bike lane, even though they, like right here, it goes from not being a bike lane to as I turn here, there is a bike lane. Google points that out, and they also put little dashed dots where a lot of bicyclers will go to connect up those bike lanes. So it makes it pretty easy to find your route. And as I said, a lot easier to find routes than I thought it would be. And I've got 3 different routes that I use coming and going to work. This one is the hardest route. This is the one I tend to enjoy the most because I think it gives me the best workout. It has an extra hill in the middle of it that I kind of enjoy. So my biggest surprise when I first started commuting was how quick I can get to work on the bicycle. If I take the quicker route, this is the longer one, but if I take my quicker route, it's about 23 minutes getting to work and 28 minutes getting home. And if I'm driving my car or the motorcycle, it's 20 minutes. So basically, it's adding, under 10 minutes to ride the bicycle. So I'm getting free exercise because this is, 30 minutes that both ways that I'm getting really good exercise that's not really adding any time to my day. And it's a shocker to me how quick I can get to and from work. And of course, the reason is, the traffic. Every time there's a traffic light, I'm, going to the front of the line and catching up with everybody, which is why it's so quick.
Okay, this is a 6% grade, which is just going to get steeper. 7% now.
And there's an awful lot of hills in my neighborhood, so I've had to learn to really enjoy going up and down hills, which is another thing when I first started that I didn't think I was going to like, but I actually kind of enjoy hill climbing. Actually enjoy going up the hills more than I do going down the hills. So it's not totally true that it takes me almost the same amount of time to ride the bicycle as it does to drive, because where the additional time is I have to change into my work clothes after I get to work. And when I get home, I've got a pretty big hill going home. I pretty much usually have to take a shower right after I get home. So when you include the time I spend changing clothes and taking the shower, there's probably a good half hour extra that I'm spending, if not more, every day due to ride the bike. But I tell you, I really enjoy it. So up ahead of me, you can see the killer hill that I have every single day before I get home. And it doesn't show on the GoPro, but this is an average of 8%. It's a quarter mile up this hill. The average grade is 8%, but it gets as steep as 10%. And it's just a constant grind. And when I first started riding, I really didn't think I'd be able to go up and down these hills. I didn't think I'd be able to ride from my home. But you just do it and you get into better shape. And I've gotten to where I actually really enjoy going up the hill. So here I am at the end of that quarter mile hill climb, which feels good. But unfortunately, there's more hills. When I'm done with that hill, there's a series of little hills that I have to go up before I get home, which kind of sucks. But, that's where I live, and it keeps me in really good shape. And I've found that I prefer using a backpack. So I've got a backpack that I carry my lunch in and my change of clothes and anything else that I might need to bring to or from work. So here I am just about home, pretty tuckered from going up and down all those hills. But I get to take a break and a shower when I get home, and I feel pretty good. So as I said, I am really shocked that I am enjoying commuting so much. I mean, I am really enjoying it. Not just enjoying it a little bit, but I am enjoying it a lot. And, if I can convince anybody else to start commuting, I highly recommend it. And as always, thanks for watching.